We can say that 1 plus tan squared is sec squared. So I can replace sec squared with 1 plus tan squared of theta. And that equals 3 tan theta. Then I can solve this like a quadratic equation. So I've got tan squared theta minus 3 tan theta, plus 1 is equal to 0, like that. And then I can apply various methods. I'm just going to go for quadratic formula since that's like a favorite. So tan theta is equal to 3, because it's minus b, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So minus 3 squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. And tan theta is equal to 3 plus the square root of, underneath the square root, it simplifies to 5 all over 2, or tan theta is 3 minus the square root of 5 over 2, like that. And then from there, we have the theta is equal to the inverse tan of 3 plus root 5 over 2, which will give you something. I think someone said 69.1, maybe? I'm going to go with that. Actually, let me just check with the calculator. Yeah, to one decimal place, 69.1. But remember, there are other values that you work out. So with tan, that's like the easy one where you add and subtract multiples of 180. So if you add 180 onto this, you get 249.1. So just for understanding that, tan graph. That's 90. That's 180. So if this bit is your 69.1, this is your other value where the distance here is 180. So we're adding that on, which gives you a 249.1. Equally, you've also got your other value, which is theta is equal to the inverse tan of 3 minus square root 5 over 2.
So with the application of the rule with sec, would it be the same for cot where you can't have 0 because 1 over tan could never be a 0?
I'll come back to answer that question in a moment. Yes. 20.9, and then again we can add 180 to this, and that would give you that theta is equal to 200.9. Does that make sense for people who wanted part A answered?
Yeah, thanks.
Lovely. You're welcome, Max.
You're welcome, sir.
Annika, does that make sense? So, using the identity 1 plus tan squared a half theta is identical to sec squared a half theta, we can rearrange this to say that tan squared of a half theta is identical to sec squared of a half theta. So we can write this as 3 sec a half theta equals 2, open bracket, I was supposed to put -1 here, sec squared a half theta minus 1, And then that becomes 3 sec a half theta equals 2 sec squared a half theta minus 2, expanding the bracket. Then it's a quadratic, so 2 sec squared a half theta minus 3 sec a half theta minus 2 equals 0. I need to factorize this.
I put into x's and I got bracket 2x plus 1, bracket x minus 2.
2x plus 1 or minus 2.
2x plus 1
Yeah.
and x minus 2.
That looks good to me. So that factorizes to 2 sec a half theta plus 1 and sec a half theta minus 2. Yeah, that works. Equals 0. Thank you. And then sec of a half theta is equal to minus a half, or sec of a half theta is equal to 2. So you can then come to the realization that cos a half theta equals minus 2, which actually is impossible, so no solutions here. And then you've got the cos of a half theta is equal to a half. So the calculator would give you 60. So a half theta is equal to 60. And then we need to work out our other values. So we've got 60, which is about here. So the other value is going to be here. This point here is going to be 90. This is going to be 270. So if this is 60, then by symmetry, this is going to be 300 because the gap here is 30. So the gap here is also going to be 30. So 30 plus 70 is 200. So it means that a half theta would also be 300. But in actual fact, when you multiply them both by 2 at the end, you get theta equals 120 and theta equals 600. So this one's not in the solution, in the range. So the only solution that you have is the theta equals 120.
Thanks, that makes sense. Because I was confused because I got the positive quadratic be 60 and 300. That's the half you said. And then I just couldn't get an answer for the negative one.
Oh yeah, the negative one because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay. So I figured. So I was wondering if I did something wrong, but that makes sense.
Yeah, but remember your final answer is 120, not 60.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Half theta 60, and then.
Cool.